I bet that all of you pastors who might be listening today want your people to be on fire for the Lord. But you know, James and John, they brought new meaning to the phrase in Luke 9. You remember the story. Jesus sent these two brothers on ahead of him into a Samaritan village to make arrangements for Jesus' stay. And the Samaritans, they weren't interested, and they turned James and John back. Now, rejected and angry, they returned to Jesus, and they suggested that they be allowed to call down fire from heaven to barbecue them. And Jesus said, "You guys just don't get it, do you?" Welcome to episode 43 of Mini-Pod with me, Dave Jacobs. No fluff, just good stuff in under 5 minutes. It's so easy when you are pastoring to get mad at your people. They don't seem to get it, or they stand in the way of what you've, heard God tell you to do, or maybe some in your flock are mean and nasty sheep that nip at each other's heels, or maybe even your heels. On Sundays, you smile, you shake hands, you give a hug, and then you go home and you wish you could call down fire from heaven to consume them. Is there anyone who comes to your mind? Is there someone in your church that you don't like or are angry with? Or sometimes, God forbid, you think, do I actually maybe hate this person? Well, I've been there before. As pastors, we've got to guard our hearts against anger and hatred towards the very people we've been called to love and lead. We might try to convince ourselves that it's, righteous anger, but seldom is our anger righteous. And the Bible tells us that the anger of man does not achieve the righteousness of God. Bummer. So how can we love people who are unlovely? How can we have a Christ-like attitude towards those that we're angry with? Sheep aren't always cute and cuddly and soft white creatures. Oftentimes they're smelly and mean. But let me give you a few suggestions that I've found helpful. Number 1, C.S. Lewis in Mere Christianity said, "How do you love someone you don't love? Act like you love them, and in time, you'll find yourself genuinely loving them." That's not being a hypocrite. That's being obedient. Start by acting like you love them. Number 2, pray that your heart will be changed. Number 3, ask God to help you see them as God sees them. Number 4, pray for that person, thanking God for anything you could find in them worth being grateful for. Pray that God's blessing would be over them. It's really difficult to stay mad at someone you're praying for. Number 5, remember that chances are the very way in which that they have offended you, God, if he wanted to, he could accuse you of doing the same way with him. Ouch. Finally, give it time. Your anger and offense, they've probably developed over time. It's unrealistic for you to expect it to go away overnight. Anger towards the sheep, it's just counterproductive to loving and leading the sheep. It won't be easy, but you can discover a way to be patient and love those who are part of your fold. Have a great week. Check in next time. This is Dave Jacobs, a small church pastor. Hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up like button. I'll talk to you next time.